What do you get when you mix design, state-of-the-art features, best-in-class segment safety features, performance and luxury? Well, it has to be the next generation Hyundai Verna. Now Hyundai is very confident that the Verna is going to double up its market sales figures from last financial year. Well, is that going to happen? Well, that is what time is going to tell us. But will the Verna revive the sedan segment and be a force to reckon with? Well, that's what we are here to find out what the next generation Verna is all about. So stay tuned. We have the next generation Hyundai Verna with us with its space age design, and it is actually inspired by a spaceship. So let's quickly get into this and see what makes it stand apart. And first thing you'll notice is this very long LED DRL which runs across the bonnet. Again, a first of its kind, definitely very distinctive. And then you take a closer look and go a bit lower. The headlamps here, they are in a lower position than the traditional ones, and just below that is the indicator. The parametric front grille, all black, is a new design ethos of Hyundai, and it really gives it a very sporty, very bold look. Even if you look at the front bumpers, they are a lot more edgy. As you can see that they're a lot more sharper and gives it that futuristic look. Let us know, does this really appeal to you? Because we think it stands apart and it is one of a kind design. Let's take a look at the side profile now. Hyundai continues, or rather the Verna continues to come with a 16-inch alloy wheels. Now it has a lot of things going for itself. The new design looks very busy, and honestly, again, it is a one of a kind design. But we haven't talked about the bonnet character lines, because the side profile actually has the character lines that run across from the fender to all the way to the rear LED headlamps. It looks really edgy. On top of that, it also has additional character lines right here, you can see. So there are two of them bisecting here, and it just looks very sporty and modern. To ensure that the luxurious part is not left behind, it has this shoulder line that comes in a chrome finish, and these handles. Now these handlebars are also chrome finish, but you notice that this is not the shiny, tacky looking chrome. It's got that dull polished look and looks really premium. And the first of its kind, again, the C-pillar comes with a chrome finish. This is something that only Hyundai offers at the moment. Very sporty. But speaking of sportiness, you have to look at the roof line right here. It has this fastback finish right here, and very smartly what Hyundai has done is, instead of the roof line sloping from here, it slopes from here so that it doesn't eat into the rear passenger's headroom. So very smartly done, and as you can again see, a lot of bold line character lines right here. Now let's quickly look at the rear. You can see that L-shaped, or it's actually what Hyundai calls an H-shaped LED DRLs which runs across the boot. This is something again we have seen before in Hyundai cars. Again, this is also something that they believe is their new DNA or design ethos. It again looks very classy, it looks very premium, and it really does stand out. So that's all about the exteriors, but before we get into the cabin, let's take a look at the boot, because the boot of a sedan is its USP. And the Verna here comes with a 528 liters boot space, and you can see it's extremely deep, very spacious. You can put two big trolley bags, extremely practical right here. And if you look at the lip right here, the loading bay, it is not really that high, so you can easily lift luggage or the big bags, and you can easily put it right here. So very practical, very helpful. And let's just take a look what other things are there below. But first and foremost, you have to look at the smart loops right here. They lock the layer right here, so it doesn't move around. You just unlock it, and well, here you have your full size spare wheel, your toolkits, all the required stuff that is needed. So it's all here, and again you can see you can just loop it right here and lock it. So it's a very neatly packaged thing. Again, we'd like to emphasize 528 liters of boot space. That is really, really good. So we are sitting inside the next generation Hyundai Verna, and there's just so much to talk about. You gotta keep in mind that the previous edition of the Hyundai Verna was the original disruptor in the segment sedan. Will this generation also be the same? We certainly think so. If you look at the layout straight away, it is very easy to use, very easy to understand. It has a very clean design, but at the same time it is packed with a lot of features. First thing that you'll notice is the twin digital displays, the infotainment system on your left hand side. That's a 10.25 inch display, and then you also have the all digital instrument cluster. In terms of quality, it certainly has improved the quality. It has this leather-ish soft material right in the middle of the dashboard, so it kind of gives that very premium look. It also has this chrome strip that is running across, metal finish, very, very smart looking. It comes with 64 ambient lights. I'm guessing everybody likes it. That's why each company is trying to outdo the other with ambient lightings. Well, it has it. And for the first time ever, Hyundai has brought a two-spoke steering wheel. It has never been seen before. Well, it is here now. Does it look classy? Does it look too small? Why don't you tell us? There is another German manufacturer has now started doing this, so you can compare notes and you can let us know. Now, just coming back to the features itself, it has a couple of segment first features. There are just so many features, so we're going to tell you a couple of them that are really important. Now, you see this instrument cluster right here, the climate control panel. Well, it also doubles up as your infotainment controller as well. This is the first ever that has ever been introduced in the segment, this switchable controller. So you press this button, now it has a climate control, and then now it's become an infotainment controller. So very, very fancy thing. Then for the first time, these seats, the front seats, are not only ventilated seats, but they are also heated seats. So this again is a first in the segment by itself. Apart from that, yes, it comes with an 8-speaker Bose system. That's the top of the line segment. That's the top of the line trim. That's again a first in the segment. It comes with a wireless phone charger, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Then it also comes with voice commands, and there's something unique about that because it understands English, it understands Hindi, Korean, and various regional languages. And a very simple way of going about it is you have the command button right here, voice command button. Click. Open sunroof.
Opening the sunroof.
And there, the sunroof is open. Extremely simple. You don't need to figure out or fidget with the buttons right here. This is what makes it very practical and convenient. Now, the Verna's Achilles heel or kryptonite has always been the rear legroom space. Now you can just see how much there is. I can stretch my legs, and just to be clear, the front seat is based on my height, so I have plenty of knee room, no complaints at all. The seat squab is also very supportive, especially the backrest. It kind of cocoons you and it provides you that additional lower support that you want. It does come with an armrest as well. You can fold it three people, three adults may not be the most comfortable place to be in, but still has substantial space. Headroom is also fairly decent. It might not be the best in the segment, but certainly has a very decent headroom. Now, just to keep things in perspective, the new Verna has the longest wheelbase, but it is not the longest in the segment, but it definitely provides much better legroom than the previous version did. Apart from that, it also comes with twin AC vents right here, a slot where you can put your maybe devices or your phone, and of course you have two Type-C fast charging ports. Very practical. Again, as you mentioned before, it comes with Bose music system that has 8 speakers. Now, something that we forgot to mention is that the driver's seat is electric adjustable, but not the height part. That is again manual. But the front passenger seat, on the other hand, is all manual and has no electric adjustment options at all. So we are behind the wheel of the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated Verna. Now it churns out 113 bhp and around 143 or 144 Nm of torque. Now it is mated to a CVT and a manual transmission. The one we are driving is the automatic CVT. First and foremost, the engine is extremely smooth, very refined. As a matter of fact, Hyundai has worked extra hard to make sure that the cabin is a bit more quiet, and it really is. So there's no engine noise that you can hear, the road noise, the traffic noise. It's a very quiet place to be in. You can actually try and attain zen, especially after a very hard day's work. So it's a very nice place to be in. But coming back to the engine itself, now the 1.5 litre engine is compliant to the RDE norms as well as the E20 norms, and it is a lot more smoother. You step on the pedal, it actually picks up pace at a very fast rate. It's not, that lethargic or that rubber band effect that you get with the usual CVTs, like you just step on the gas and it takes too much time. Not really. Yes, it does rev up a bit higher, as you could hear it, but it responds in a very decent way. You don't feel the lack of power, maybe when you're going in slow moving traffic, or even when the roads are clear in our urban conditions. On top of that, the advantage of the CVT is fuel efficiency. Now, according to Hyundai, the CVT version returns around over 19 km per litre, and the manual version on the other hand is 1 litre less, so over 18 kilometers. Now those are very impressive figures, but of course the real figures we will find out later when we test it in depth. But again, very high figures it returns. Now the other thing is, just in case if you feel that the regular nature of the CVT is a bit mellow for you, the Hyundai Verna comes with 3 different drive modes. It comes with Sport, Normal and Eco, Normal being your default position. Now let's just change to Sport mode, and there you can hear that it revs up very quickly. You can actually hear the engine sound, and it is more like music to your ears. It's not coarse, it has that very beautiful deep sound, like the bass is like going on full throttle. So it's really something that you'll like to hear, and of course it is a lot more responsive. I will just quickly take a U-turn, and we will also find out how the turning radius is. It actually feels like a very compact car. So again, turning radius is also something that is very encouraging. You can also negotiate your slow moving traffic as well. Now coming to the next mode, and we are going to the normal mode. And when you step on the pedal, you can feel there is a slight delay when you compare it to sport mode, and obviously that is so because it tries to manage and get the best of both worlds, performance as well as economy. So but if you do not use the sport mode and just drive in the normal mode, you will not feel that lag at all. So there's not a lag, just a little hint of where it thinks again, just to ensure that, you know, okay, fine, it's a normal mode. I got to keep an eye on the economy as well. And then of course there is the fuel efficient mode or the eco mode, and this is where things go a little bit more in a measured way, in a more calculated way. The response is a lot more linear. Again, it is not lethargic at all. I am driving on the road and there are a lot of cars in front of me. I can easily catch up to them and even overtake them. So it's not like as if it suddenly goes into a slow motion mode. Absolutely not. So these are the three different ride modes that are available. The steering wheel, it is a brand new steering wheel. It is not, again, extremely light. There is slight hint of weight, which we love because we would like that weight. We would like to feel that weight. And at the same time, you also feel it is a little bit more responsive than the other Hyundai vehicles, the previous generation one, especially the previous generation Verna, which was like featherweight, the steering wheel. But now the feedback is definitely better and the weight does help because it also gives you that much confidence. Now the sedan segment has been boxed in thanks to the range of SUVs that are available in the market, and that's not an Indian phenomena but a global phenomena. But there are some companies that still believe in sedans, and Hyundai is one of them, and that's the reason why they have taken out the next generation Verna. Now, what is it in a nutshell? Well, do judge the car by its looks because it is phenomenally different from other cars. It looks like a space age car. It just stands out. But there is a lot more to it than its funky looks. It is packed with features, safety features, extremely better build quality inside the cabin, and of course it has lot more legroom space for the rear passengers, and that has been the kryptonite for the Verna ever since it burst into the scene in India. Well, they have looked into a lot of things. They have taken customer feedback and they have improved it phenomenally. Also, to keep in mind that the Verna has the longest wheelbase in its segment, and that's the reason why it is a lot more spacious. It also has, in terms of design, that retro sort of a look with its fastback design. So it is really something to look at. How does it drive? Well, we drove the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated one with the CVT, and it is really a smooth engine, and so is the CVT. The transmission more or less quickly is responsive. It doesn't have that rubber band effect. It doesn't really stretch itself, doesn't drag the driving experience. It is very responsive. On top of that, because of its three different driving modes, it's also very good to drive in the highway. Of course, the top end of the engine output, yeah, it does taper in a bit, but then it is natural in these cars. But apart from that, it is a spot-on car, practical car, safe car, and performance-wise also it doesn't lag behind its competition. So we would really stick our necks out and say that yes, if you're interested in buying a sedan, go and check out the new Verna, because it might just be the game changer that this segment is looking for. So will it be the force to be reckoned with? We certainly do think so, and it will definitely give its competitions a lot of sleepless nights. You're watching Express Drives, and if you have not subscribed our channel, then please do so, and do let us know what you think of the sedan segment in India. Will it survive this SUV attack or not? And also let us know what you think of the new Verna. Will it change the game completely? Because let's keep in mind, the Verna, the previous generation version, was the original disruptor.